Morning, I hope you're all well today and well, welcome to our new home. I needed somewhere where I could just set everything up, leave it and not have to take things in and out of a bag all the time. And as a result, I'm hoping that I can be more efficient in the way I create content, which will hopefully lead to a few more videos a week. That's the plan anyway. Hope you like it. It's nearly done. There's a few extra little bits I need to just finish it off. But well, you're probably going to see quite a lot of this room in the future. Now, you haven't come today to look at my interior design skills. We're here to talk about a new car that's been released. So grab yourself a coffee. And for those of you that are wondering, yes, there really is coffee in here. I don't just carry an empty cup around. Make yourself comfy. And let's have a chat today about the Tesla Model Y. With all the usual fanfare and excitement of a Tesla launch event, the Model Y has finally been announced. And that finishes the lineup that Elon sees as the core of his business, the four vehicles that make the S, the 3, the X and the Y, his sexy lineup. That's his core business lineup that he sees taking his business forward. Now, the Y itself is very much based on the Model 3. Will come out of the same factories, the same machining, the same tools. In fact, 75% of the Model Y is the same as the Model 3. But what we do see is a slightly larger vehicle. It just looks like it's a bit pumped up. It looks like a real cross between a 3 and an X. Now, where we really see the difference is in its cargo, its load capacity. It's up from 15 cubic feet in the Model 3 to 66 cubic feet in the Y. I mean, that's a huge increase. And a lot of that is brought about because it's a hatch rather than a saloon. And having a hatch and having that extra room in the back has allowed for a third row of seats. So they're saying that it's a 7-person vehicle. Now, looking at it, looking at the videos, looking at people getting in and out, I really don't think that third row is up to taking adults. Certainly not for any distance, that's for sure. But if you've got kids and you just need to use it occasionally, then there is that third row option, which is fantastic as far as I'm concerned. It makes it a really versatile vehicle. But do bear in mind, it's a $3,000 option. So as with most things Tesla, you do have to pay for the extras. And going back to the looks, well, yeah, it really is that cross between the 3 and the X, and they've put that lovely panoramic roof back in it, which I think just makes them look absolutely stunning. And what all that means is not only does it look good, but it's also got a 0.23 drag coefficient, which is class leading. It's really good for an SUV, so we should see some good range out of the batteries. All those looks and efficiency, well, they're no good unless the car's safe. And of course, this car, it really is aimed, I think, towards families with the extra room and seating. During the presentation, they went to great lengths to try and explain that this was a really, really safe car, and it was at the forefront of their minds while they were designing it. In fact, Elon went so far as to say that this would be the safest SUV the world has ever seen. And that goes hand in hand with the full autonomy that we know is going to be here by the end of the year. And well, by the time that this car's produced, it will be ready for it. And he's again said that all the hardware is in that vehicle and all they have to do is set the software in place. Again, you're going to have to pay for it, but the vehicle itself, the Y, is ready for full autonomy when it arrives. So it looks good, it's going to be safe, we all want one. What are our options? Well, come on down here and have a look at this. I will talk you through what options we have available to us. As it stands at the moment, there are 4 options. We've got the standard, the long range, the dual motor all-wheel drive and the performance. So let's just go through them. The standard range is going to be a 230-mile car with a top speed of 120 miles an hour and 0 to 60 in 5.9 seconds. It's going to be priced at $39,000 and will be available from the spring of 2021. Let's step that up to the long range. That's going to have 300 miles range, 130 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds with a $47,000 price tag. And that will be available a little bit earlier, the autumn of 2020. The dual motor all-wheel drive, we're looking at a range of 280 miles, 135 mile an hour top speed and 4.8 seconds to 60 miles an hour. That will be available for $51,000 and also available from autumn of 2020. The final one is the performance one with a range of 280 miles also, top speed of 150 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds and a $60,000 price tag. Again, that will be available in the autumn of 2020. If you're anything like me, you'll probably get a little bit blasé with some of these 0 to 60 times, especially when it comes to Tesla. 3.5 seconds on their performance model. Bear in mind, this is an SUV. This is designed for families. Well, 3.5 seconds, the SVR 5-litre Jaguar F-Type does it in the same. That's a sports car. We've got a family vehicle doing it in these times. It's unbelievable what they can achieve with these electric vehicles now. And let's not forget, you take this whole package and couple it together with the new charge speeds that we've heard about, this 1,000 miles an hour. Of course, it's not 1,000 miles an hour. You couldn't charge at that speed for a whole hour. But at its peak, it charges that quickly. Well, we just see Tesla just leading the market again. We see that everybody else is trying to catch up all the time. And I think it's actually, the penny is starting to drop now with an awful lot of manufacturers. We're seeing people that have said nothing for a very long time now starting to make the right noises. We're seeing some of the really big manufacturers that really did think that ICE vehicles were still the future, or hybrid vehicles. We're seeing them now starting to make noises about making electric vehicles. So regardless of whether you can afford one of these Model Ys, or any Tesla for that matter, and regardless of whether you would even want one, just remember that everything they do drives the rest of the market, and everybody else is now trying to play catch up. And yeah, it's going to be a couple of years away. And some of these dates that I've given you, we know that it's going to be the best, the most expensive, your performance models, the all-wheel drive models. They're the ones that are going to come first. And they're talking about the end of 2020. Well, if there's one thing we've learned about Tesla, timescales aren't always to be believed. So if it falls into 2021, don't be surprised. As far as it coming here to the UK and right-hand drive models, well, I think we can at least put another 6 to 12 months on that. I would hope it won't be as long as it's taken to get the Model 3 to right-hand drive, because the tooling there will already be in place, so it will just be a case of converting it. But let's not hold our breath. But in 2 years' time, because now they've announced this and other manufacturers know where they're going, we can hope to hear more announcements between now and then about other manufacturers that are building these SUVs that, well, hopefully will fill the gap and start flooding the market with electric vehicles that will allow those of us at perhaps the lower end of the market to be able to afford them, whether it's a second-hand one or whether there are some more vehicles like the MG that we spoke about last time that are just that much more affordable for us. So, of course, as I say, Tesla there leading the way, which is great for everyone. So there we have it, the Model Y. Now we know all about it. And the design studio is now open, so you can go in and you can create the vehicle you want. Yeah, it's 2 years away, but I think they've been very, very clever with that. I think what they'll end up doing is reviewing all those designs, because people are already putting their orders in, putting their $2,500 deposit down. I think give it 6 months, maybe a little bit more. They'll review that, and I'm sure there'll be options in there that people aren't wanting, they're not putting their money down for. So why not drop those out the way and just concentrate on those options that people really, really want? So yes, it's early, but I think it's very, very clever of them. And I think it's just another way of us seeing how Tesla are influencing and changing the market. I think we'll see other manufacturers doing that also, because how efficient is that? They're getting money in to help them build the vehicle in the first place, and they're really being specific then when it comes time to build it. What is the most efficient car to build? Which is the car that's going to get them the most return as quickly as possible? And that brings us to the end. So hopefully you've enjoyed it again. A nice chat over a coffee. And as always, the important thing here is it doesn't end now. Let's head to the comments. Let's have a conversation about it. Is this a car that really does excite you? Is this a car that you're going to buy, or do you see this as a car that's going to influence your choices in the future and hopefully get the other manufacturers on board? What do you think of the price points? Have they gone too early with it? Should we not be able to design one yet? Tell me what you think. Let's have a really good conversation in the comments after the video. But yeah, as I say, hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, remember to like and share. And if you're not doing so already, subscribe to the channel. And well, hopefully I'll see you again very soon. Enjoy the end of your coffee. Take care.